This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Home of positive business talk. Eric Huntsberger sitting in for Angel. Thank you very much.
You bet.
Appreciate you. Folks, being the boss isn't always easy. There's the understatement of the year. Business owners, CEOs, and other executives can feel overwhelmed with the need to be the one with all the answers 24/7. But it doesn't have to be that way, says leadership expert Barry Kaplan and his co-author of the book, The Power of Vulnerability, Jeff Manchester. They say that by shedding the burden of having to be right all the time, people in charge can worry less about what they have to provide in terms of direction and ideas, and will have a newfound freedom to explore the bigger picture. We've got Barry Kaplan on the phone with us today. Barry, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. Very nice to have you. Let me ask you just kind of the great big elephant in the room with the title of your book, The Power of Vulnerability. Isn't vulnerability a weakness?
Well, there is a paradox in the title because we're calling it the power of vulnerability,
right,
and reframing what we may have grown up to believe that leaders, particularly those in charge, had to hide their weakness, their vulnerability, had to pretend that they had all of the answers. And with confidence and clarity come out and direct everyone. Our belief, though, and what we have proven from our experience is that that's not accurate, that the real power resides when we connect to all of our truth, not just the stuff that we know and have clarity around, but also our anxieties and concerns about the unknown. And when we open up to that and show up with authenticity, we will connect at a deeper level with our teammates, with those who may report to us. And when we do that, we actually invite them to their power and explore with us the unknown. And then together, break through to the next big thing, the answer, the innovation, and become a co-creative team.
Wow.
So, what we grew up thinking may actually not be the way to go.
Man, Barry, this is Eric Huntsberger, and this so intrigues me. I mean, Barry, I think you might actually have some information here for everyone that's listening, and also me.
By George, I think he's got it.
Yeah, exactly. And, Barry, I've got a question for you. If, employees, I've been an employee, I'm a business owner now, and I've been the boss too, and I've been under a boss. But, employees feeling safe enough and willing to be open with their boss and not fear the my boss is always right thing. How does that can even happen? How can that even happen?
Great question. And it doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design, and it starts with the boss buying into this new culture. And it's a new way of being, a new way of connecting with each other, of thinking, of working together. So the boss starts by just showing up real and saying, I don't have all the answers. And that's okay. And to be able to say, I want to be challenged. I'm going to let you know when I am clear and confident about my beliefs. On the other hand, I want you to feel comfortable enough, safe enough to challenge me when you think you have a better idea. And I also want to be able to come to you when I'm stuck, when I've hit the wall, and for you to dig in and get crazy, be creative, because that's why you're here. That is part of your role.
Yeah,
but that, Eric, isn't enough. I then have to really do that. I have to show them that it is safe. I have to show up with vulnerability and admit when I'm wrong. I've got to take some kind of act that shows them it's okay for me to be wrong. And that invites them or gives them permission to challenge me and to believe the news story, which is, well, the boss doesn't always have the answers.
Yeah.
Maybe when I disagree, I can put my hand up.
Yeah, it's a solid case there. Our guest is Barry Kaplan. He and his co-author, Jeff Manchester, authors of the book, The Power of Vulnerability. And before we run out of time, which is escaping us quickly, Barry, let me ask you this. First of all, where do we get a copy of the book? And second of all, how do we stay connected to you?
Perfect. Stay connected to me through our website, shift180.com. The name of our practice is shift180.com. Go online. My phone number, email address, and chat line is accessible. And you can get the book through the website or at Amazon or Barnes & Noble or IndieBound, The Power of Vulnerability.
There you go, wherever fine books are sold. A final question for you here. One of the principles that the book illustrates is the height of a team's performance is directly related to the depth of connection among its members. Eric Huntsberger and I are we just started the show in the last segment, but we're talking about depth of connection. Give us a little bit of background on your thoughts on this process.
Yeah, so depth of connection means let's expand our relationship beyond the scope of your role on the team. That's good for a work group and can be highly functional. But if we're going to operate as a high-performing team, then we really have to know more about each other. We have to share our stories. I have to get you and you have to get me. That way we'll have our backs. And the more I know about you, the more I'm going to root for you, cheerlead for you, support you, even though it may not be typically my function to do so. I want to get you at an emotional and soulful level beyond knowing what your competence or expertise is. And the more we practice that, the more it's going to show up in a positive way in our business relationship.
I love it. I love it. The Power of Vulnerability. Again, The Power of Vulnerability. And the website one more time, please, Barry.
Shift180.com.
There it is, shift180.com. Barry Kaplan, thank you for joining us on the Experience Pros Radio Show, the home of positive business talk.
Thank you.
All right. When we return, Eric Huntsberger's in the spotlight. Yep. We've been talking about influencers. Heck, today it's show and tell. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show, home of positive business talk for the archives, or just how we do it. Check out experiencepros.com.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.